welcome back. This is the Tarot Tuesday by the Third Eye of Providence. I am so grateful for everybody that's been liking and commenting on the videos. I am so happy that these messages are resonating with everybody. If this is your first time checking out my channel, make sure you're hitting the subscribe button. That way you get a notification every week when I post new content. I did separate videos this week for all of my zodiac signs, sun, moon, and rising combinations, and these are the messages for my Taurus collectives. I've pulled you some cards from the Twin Tarot, the Oracle of the Seven Energies. You got a bonus message from the Power of Love activations this week, and you got a Sacred Geometry activation as well. So let's get into the message for my Taurus collective. From the Twin Tarot, you have the Wheel of Fortune in the shadow aspect. Interesting. This is getting off of this be careful what you wish for energy. From the Oracle of the Seven Energies, you have number 25, Birds of a Feather. Gorgeous. From the Power of Love activations, you have Respect. You value everyone's unique perspective on the path to love. And you also have Cooperation. In your quest to manifest the energy of love, you realize that every person and experience has value. Respect and cooperation, definitely together, synchronistic. So in your Sacred Geometry activations, you have number 43, Transition. Oof, look at this energy. That's crazy, huh? This card says, the frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence and our lives, so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful card. Let's get into the reading from my Taurus collectives. So, the Wheel of Fortune in the shadow aspect. Let's see what Spirit has to tell you about this energy. It says, insight and wisdom gained from this ordeal ready me for the upturn of the wheel. This is a card that brings in energies to you that are regarding delays, setbacks, poor timing, misfortunes, and bad luck. It says, can you identify with the Fool in this card right at the bottom of the wheel in the depths of misfortune? If so, it would be tempting to see yourself as a victim of other people's mistakes or malice toward you. You might blame it on more elusive forces beyond your control, like bad luck or poor timing or lack of opportunities. Or perhaps you might feel it was somehow predestined, something you are meant to experience for one reason or another. If you are presently experiencing disappointment or misfortune, the Dark Wheel of Fortune card represents a reminder that although you may not be able to immediately repair your woes, you do have a choice in how to respond during challenging times. Will you gain strength and wisdom from this experience or become embittered and defeatist? Furthermore, the Dark Wheel of Fortune suggests that most of what happens to us in life is not predestined, so you need to take at least some responsibility for any present misfortunes. Try to objectively assess where you may have gone wrong and how you might have done things differently, and this will help you to make the most out of opportunities and good fortune that do lie ahead. 4. You won't be at the bottom of the wheel forever, and the wheel always keeps turning, so does your life. And from where you are at present, the only way to go is up. Interesting. This is talking about needing to roll with the punches until things start to improve. And I think I see how that is a connected message to this transition card. Cooperation, respect, and birds of a feather. I love it. Okay, let's get into the Oracle of the Seven Energies. So number 25. This is an energy of love. So the Birds of a Feather card is in the energy of love, which is all about community, forgiveness, acceptance, and inner peace and wholeness. So, Birds of a Feather. This card brings to you the energies of sharing, community, a sense of belonging, fellowship with like hearted people, and understanding the concept of we before me. It says, have you ever wondered how people naturally gravitate to one another and discover a surprising intimacy and connection? There is a kind of magnetic energy, like an invisible ray of light, that gently pulls people together to form something beautiful that can be shared. As in the saying, birds of a feather flock together, it comes from an instinctual need for belonging, you might say. We need community to survive, to thrive, and grow. We humans are social creatures, after all, and none of us are meant to be alone. The concept of belonging is playing an important role in your life currently. Perhaps you recently found yourself in a group where you knew you were in the right place. Trust those strands of connection, for now is the time to thrive in community. What you will find is a deeper and more expansive way of looking at the world by bearing yourself to the others and sharing ideas, hopes, and dreams. However long you stay here in this journey of becoming who you're meant to be, connecting to community and participating in fellowship is the best thing for you right now. You will flourish as part of a network of like minded and like hearted people. Stick to what feels good and resonates with your heart as true. When you understand the value of this community, you will discover everything you're hoping for and much more than you're expecting. Oh, that's so beautiful. Again, roll with the punches, my Tauruses. There's support for you, and you might be going through it right now and feeling misfortunate and feel like your timing is really poor. But I think that you will be able to lean on your support from the community because you have cooperation and respect here. So let's get into these love activations. Cooperation. This card brings to you the message that when you are receptive to the input and opinions and values of others, you broaden your Earth School perspective. Someone else's point of view is one of the most valuable teachers you can experience during your time in the physical dimension. It is through the cooperative spirit in which you have the dynamic give and take that the two halves then become one whole. Cooperating and honoring another opinion promotes not only friendship and social skills, but more possibilities for how to love and be loved. Often, the life experiences of someone you trust can prevent you from making the same mistakes. Stubbornness and the refusal to accept guidance can lead you into a maze of wrong turns and dead ends. Never be afraid to ask for advice. We are here to help each other, so knowledge received is meant to be shared. Two heads are better than one. My Tauruses. That's a beautiful message, and you really needed to hear it. So, I hope you're open to receiving it. Let's get into the energy of respect. It says, it's important for you to remember that everyone in the physical dimension has their own journey, filled with struggles and obstacles that are different from yours. They chose their life blueprint just as you chose yours. It's not your job to judge how they discovered their way to love. Rather, it's your job to encourage them by showing respect, that you earn respect. When someone comes into your space, they are immediately aware of your level of integrity and your willingness to help others. You carry yourself with a certain natural strength, and people look up to you. When you receive admiration, you may become a role model, and you have the responsibility of setting an example. As a role model, you must demonstrate love in all situations and a sense of compassion in every interaction. There is no greater way to gain respect than to accept others as equals and as fellow soul travelers. I love it. Fellow soul travelers, birds of a feather. Okay, Tauruses, let's get into the energy of transition. This is the activation that Spirit is guiding you into right now. And let's see what it says. Oh, you have 2 sevens. I don't know how I didn't realize that before. Oh, whoa, this is crazy. So you have 5 and a 2, right? So 2 and 5 is 7. 4 and 3 is 7. So you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. You have 2 sevens. 77. 77 becomes a 5 in numerology, which is all about changes. Wild. Okay. Transition. Transition can be described as the passage from one stage to another. Sorry about the glare. However deeply or mildly it impacts our lives, transition always implies change, number 5, of some sort. And most of us are afraid of change. We want things to stay the same. We want to stay in the comfort zone we've created. Unfortunately, change is one certainty in life that we can all count on. Change is necessary to allow room for the new to emerge and the old to pass. Change is necessary for growth to occur. Change is a fundamental universal law. Transition describes this process of change, a time when things are moving, morphing, and shifting. And in the midst of this process, it's common for nothing to feel clear or comfortable or safe. Being pushed and pulled from our existing state into one that is unfamiliar is not easy. And the most feared transition of all, one we all face eventually, is death, the transition from our physical bodies to the world of spirit. Because we have so little understanding of the true nature of our existence and our connection to the cosmos, we tend to fear death as a perceived ending. In this activation, the snake of a traditional symbol for death and transition in many cultures and belief systems, due to its perceived ability to be reborn many times during its lifetime, is shedding its skin. Behind it, the background shows not only the grid of the flower of life, which is the connection to the earth plane, but also the Merkaba, a reference to our existential ability to traverse between the layers of time and dimension. The colors of indigo, violet, and magenta are indications that our deep spiritual connection to the cosmos and the whole of existence, making any transition but a moment in an ongoing, infinite journey. Here is the activation for you, my Tauruses. Try this. Take a moment to look at the transition image. How do you flow with the transitions in your life? What transitions are you afraid of? Look at the last transition that you went through and remember the gifts that came because of it. What will your next transition be? Go outside and see how nature goes through a constant cycle of death and rebirth in order to continue life, and celebrate your transitions. My Taurus collective, this is such a beautiful message, and I think if there's something here that connects with you, you should reach out to me so we can do a deeper reading together. This way I can let you know that you are supported and we're going to help each other roll through the punches. Okay, I love you guys so much. If I don't get to do a private reading for you, make sure you come over to my Instagram on Fridays, where I will have a bonus message for you to get you through the weekend and into the solstice portal date of 12/21. Okay, Tauruses, love you guys so much.